Welcome to RSSDI 2020. I'm Dr. Sanjay Kamble, and on behalf of VOCAD RSSDI TV 2020, I welcome you all. I'm glad to have with us today a renowned endocrinologist from Jaipur, Dr. Surendra Kumar Sharma. Dr. Sharma is an endocrinologist with more than 27 years of experience in his field. He practices at his clinic, Galaxy Specialty Center, which is Diabetes, Thyroid, and Endocrine Center. Welcome, Dr. Sharma, to the show. Based on your recent talk in RSSDI 2020, we would like to know, with the available newer preparations in the market, is the use of premixed insulin fading? And what is the role of premixed insulin in the current era?
Good morning. Dear friends, there are large number of insulin preparations now available, and we can divide them into either human insulins, short-acting insulin, very short-acting or rapid-acting or intermediate-acting and long-acting, and very long-acting also. But once we have all these type of different insulins, we have to decide what are the usual insulins available and most commonly prescribed to our diabetic patients. So here, very important point is that many of these insulins are combination of short-acting, or you can say regular, as well as NPH. And there are some analog preparations also available, like Aspart and Levemir, in association with NPH insulin. So these are analog mixtures. So mixtures are now human regular plus NPH or analog plus NPH. Now they have different strengths available, like 25-75 ratio of short acting and intermediate acting, 30-70, 50-50, and there are one more term called high mix. High mix means when you are having very higher concentration of regular or analog insulin, like 50% or 70%, and the rapid acting insulin or short acting insulin is 30% or 50%. So these are different types of insulin available in mixture category. But recently we have a co-formulation where insulin degludec is combined with insulin aspart. Here insulin aspart is 30% and insulin degludec is 70%. It is called co-formulation because this preparation is available in solution as compared to other mixtures which are suspended, or you can say suspensions.
Okay. So which patients are ideal candidates to receive premixed insulins?
Here, very important message I want to give is that premixed insulins are meant for type 2 diabetic patients. These are the insulins which are not for type 1 diabetic patients. In type 1 diabetic patients, we are treating them with basal bolus therapy, where 3 short-acting insulin, or you can say analog insulin, plus a long-acting analog long-acting insulins are given. In type 2 diabetic patients, once the patient start failing to oral drugs, like we are giving 2 drugs or 3 drugs, oral anti-diabetic drugs, and patient is still uncontrolled after, let's say, 6, 8, 10 years of diabetes, then they require these insulin preparations. Usually now recommendations are that GLP-1 receptor agonist should be preferred over insulin as a initiation. But we all know that in India, GLP-1 analogs are considered to be a costly affair. So people are not using them in large amount. So we are using mixtures, or what we say pre-mixed insulins, in our type 2 diabetic patient. We can start with a single dose, or you can say once a day, with continuation of most of the oral drugs like metformin or DPP-4 inhibitor or SGLT2 inhibitor. But once the patient is not controlled with single insulin injection, then sometimes we give them twice a day pre-mixed insulin. Here the pre-mixed insulin may be human insulins like 30-70, a combination of regular plus NPH, or maybe analog insulin like Aspart plus NPH or Levemir plus NPH.
Okay, sir. So how would you weigh the adverse events experienced with pre-mixed insulins vis-a-vis the benefits obtained?
Very important point is that we have to compare pre-mixed insulin on one hand with a basal insulin, on other hand with basal bolus therapy. So here important point is that we have to look into what is the role of pre-mixed insulin in our day-to-day practice. And you find that if you are comparing them to basal bolus, then that is a better choice. But there you have to give insulin 4 times a day. If you are using only basal, then basal insulins are covering only fasting hyperglycemia. So postprandial hyperglycemia is very commonly seen in our Indian type 2 diabetic patient. Our diet is also very rich in carbohydrate, and that's why many a times basal insulin may not be sufficiently controlling hyperglycemia, or you can say HbA1c in our type 2 diabetic patient. In that scenario, a compromised formula of a mixture of insulin, or what is a pre-mixed insulin, given twice a day before breakfast and before dinner. We usually start with a low dose of let's say 6 to 8 units in the morning and 6 units in the evening before breakfast and before dinner, and then we uptitrate according to the blood sugar values, and we continue to increase and uptitrate till our patient's fasting comes to near 100 milligram per deciliter, and or pre-meal is near 100 to 120 milligram, and if you are looking at post-meal, then it should be something near 140 to 160 milligram. So in this scenario of type 2 diabetic patient, where patients are not controlled with oral drugs and requiring insulin, convenient therapy is pre-mixed insulin. But you have to know that many a times HbA1c control is better than basal insulin, but lesser than basal bolus therapy. Fastings are controlled beautifully by basal, but both fasting and pre-meal or post-meal can be controlled by mixtures, pre-mixed insulin. And complexity of the regimen is slightly more complex than basal insulin, but it is far, far less complex than basal bolus therapy. And insulin dose is less than basal bolus, but slightly more than basal insulin only. And we find that chances of hypo are slightly higher in mixtures or pre-mixed insulins as compared to only basal insulin, and slightly more weight gain is also seen in these patients. But important point is that patients who are on predictable lifestyle, those who are taking their meal regularly at fixed times, and they can wait for, let's say, 10 minutes or 30 minutes according to the mixtures of different insulin, either human insulin mixtures or analog mixtures, and they are using twice a day meal, for example, or their carbohydrate component is very high, then these pre-mixed insulins are considered to be a better option in them, with a convenience of only twice a day insulin injection. As compared to that, basal bolus required 3 injections before meal and 1 long-acting insulin. So there are 2 types of insulin preparations are to be used.
So thank you so much, sir, for sharing your views, and stay tuned to RSSDI TV 2020 for more recent updates from RSSDI. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.